watching Como News at 6.
A young man with developmental disabilities is recovering inside a hospital room after falling into Alder Lake more than a month ago.
He was supposed to be under the watchful eye of state caregivers, and while DSHS admits that serious mistakes were made, the family came to Como investigator John Humbert to share the never-reported details from that day. John?
Well, the water's been pumped from Joe McDermott's lungs, but there's no real way for him to tell us how he's doing. Because while he's 21 years old, Joe has the mind of a toddler. So his parents are telling the story for him, how he nearly sank to the bottom of a lake while strapped into a wheelchair. There's something special about one of the last sunny days on the lake. What was supposed to be a calming, beautiful respite from life inside an institution nearly killed Joe McDermott.
This is crazy. It just don't make sense.
Dane and Kim Carlson wanted me to meet them at Alder Lake, bringing along the specialty wheelchair their son Joe was put into that day.
There are many facets of his care that make him difficult to care for.
Along with developmental disabilities, Joe has severe seizures. The Carlsons started fostering him at age 4, becoming his legal guardian a few years later. The couple says he has the capacity of an 18-month-old, but the energy of someone far older.
He is a very social person. He's very active. He's, to sit around is not a good thing for him.
The Carlsons say Joe is only supposed to be in the chair for riding in vans or during a seizure when he needs to calm down. It's rare for him to be confined.
Big play yard. He always wants to be out there playing with the kids. He always has fun.
Fun was the plan for Alder Lake for Joe to fish on the dock with 3 other mentally disabled residents of the Rainier School, a state institution in Lacey. That field trip away from Rainier nearly cost Joe his life. Local and federal investigation reports say that Joe was in his therapy chair on the dock.
Strapped to this chair.
But the reports say Joe started rocking his chair.
He's going to hop, he's going to hop, he's going to hop, and he's going to reach for the water.
And the 3 Rainier School caregivers heard the splash. Joe had gone under.
At some point, someone was going to be overlooked, and obviously it was Joe.
The caregivers told police Joe was underwater for upwards of 3 minutes or more. No air, no help, sinking in 12-foot deep water locked in his chair. Eventually, they pulled him out. The family showed us how water would have filled the chair's pipes, adding weight to it.
This is really, truly not a safe environment right here.
The reports say Joe coughed up blood and was rushed to the hospital where he had a body temperature of 94.5.
What the waiver does
So we went to DSHS and the department in charge of the Rainier School to ask what happened. Should anybody in a wheelchair be even that close to a dock and water?
Everybody deserves to do what other people do. People with disabilities are no different.
Evelyn Perez said while some of the clients needed one-on-one attention, 3 caregivers for 4 clients was plenty. None had life jackets. Perez points out they weren't required.
The individuals followed the protocols that existed. So really, what were you going to discipline? They did what they felt they needed to do.
None of the caregivers were disciplined, but Rainier School and the DSHS faced an immediate jeopardy mandate from the federal government. Fix this now or lose $33 million in funding. It's the second DSHS facility to get the immediate jeopardy status this year alone. The solution? DSHS will now require new field trip permission slips and make sure there are life jackets. The family thinks this is absurd.
A life jacket for a person strapped in this chair is not the solution.
Now, late last month, Rainier School had that immediate jeopardy status lifted. DSHS maintains that the life jackets will be enough. As far as Joe, he's recovering and slowly improving at the hospital. The family recently went to court and a judge agreed with them. Joe should never go back to Rainier School. John Humbert, Como Investigators.